Good morning and welcome to the Blend Extra. Today is Friday, February 20th. I'm Alyssa Kelly. Now, coming up on today's show, we have rescued animals, restaurant lawsuits, and we'll discuss the cost of solar energy. So jumping straight into things, one flower shop in Wisconsin is well known for its collection of interesting animals. But now the owners have adopted a new one sure to attract even more curious shoppers. Jack Mulvaney reports.
When you think of Sparta Floral and greenhouses, flowers and plants are usually top of mind. But for owners Eric and Becky Solberg, the business has become a reflection of who they are.
My husband Eric and I, we didn't know each other going into college. We both started at separate universities, but strangely enough, ironically enough, we were both in our separate other universities as pre-vet majors. So we both had a love of animals and a passion for plants.
That shared background eventually created space for something more, rescuing animals in need and giving them a permanent home.
We've got Benny the hedgehog. He is a few-year-old African hedgehog. We bring our two dogs, Coco and Bodie, down here every day to join us at work. And then a handful of other small lizards and things that are caught from the green plants that come out of Florida. So they get to live their best life here with us too. And then I've got a couple of parakeets that live in the floral shop too.
And for security,
we've got Salem, who is our greenhouse cat. He is a rescue as well.
But their newest addition stands out.
This is Doug. Doug is a sulcata tortoise, or an African spurred tortoise. Our estimates on his age are probably between 15 and 20 years old. He can live up to 90 to 100 years old.
The Solbergs say Doug was found in Milwaukee with several bullet wounds in his shell. Now fully healed, he's become a favorite for customers and visiting school groups. And for the Solbergs, rescue isn't a side project, it's part of who they are.
Without an animal connection in our lives, we are very lost. That's kind of what fulfills our days. And to be able to help another being out that needs assistance, that's just who we are.
Becky says the greenhouse is always open to anyone looking to enjoy some sunshine and a few rescued companions along the way.
All right, this might upset some of you out there. I know it upset me. The Chicago Bears may be closer to crossing state lines. On Thursday, an Indiana House Committee unanimously approved a plan that paves the way for a new stadium to be built in Hammond, Indiana. The NFL team calls it the most meaningful step in their planning efforts to date. The proposal includes new local taxes to help pay for the stadium and infrastructure, and the team would pay $2 billion toward construction costs. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker called the development a surprise and disappointing, noting his team has had a recent positive discussions with the Bears. And can a restaurant legally call boneless wings wings? A federal judge says the answer is yes. He threw out a lawsuit challenging the Buffalo Wild Wings menu, saying, quote, no meat on its bones. The judge says most people understand the products are made of chicken breast. The lawsuit is from an Illinois man who claims he thought they were deboned chicken wings. The judge points out most people don't think cauliflower wings contain meat. Buffalo Wild Wings defended itself in a tweet the year the lawsuit was filed. It wrote, quote, our hamburgers contain no ham. Our buffalo wings are 0% buffalo. Interesting story there. Now, coming up next, stick with us. With more sunny days around the corner, you may be considering the benefits of going solar. We'll talk with Iconic Energy when we return.
In this game, there are moments when every dribble counts and a single shot can seal a legacy. Catch all the best plays on State Line Slam Friday nights.
From waiting for the bus to waiting for roads to be cleared, when the bitter cold bites harder than ever. From a normal winter day to downright scary, you'll always know what's next with First Alert Weather. Days ahead of the storms, get a clear and concise forecast.
Want to alert you to a First Alert Action Day, and that will play out all day long.
Streaming on every platform, no matter where you are. Stay connected so you can stay prepared with First Alert Weather.
Every first matters. That first alarm, your first cup of coffee.
And that first look of what the day can bring.
And WIFR is right here with you.
With your first alert when weather could impact your day.
A first alert action day for the potential of strong severe storms.
With stories that matter most.
And your first look at what's ahead.
We have an update on breaking news from last night.
Wherever you stream WIFR, we help you start your day prepared.
Every first, every day. Tune to WIFR this morning.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
It's more than just a game. With State Line Slam Play of the Week, you decide who gets the spotlight. Every Sunday night, we'll show you the week's most electrifying high school basketball plays. Then go to WIFR.com/Play of the Week to vote on who you think should be number one. And watch during WIFR News at 5 on Wednesdays to see who came out on top. State Line Slam Play of the Week. Sponsored by Holcomb Bank.
Thanks for sticking with us. Welcome back to the Blend Extra. We are joined by Dan Puckett from Iconic Energy. Dan, so glad to have you back on the show. And again, we're talking all things solar. I was just talking to you right now. It's still, I'm still kind of learning about solar myself. And you said a lot of people out there are still kind of trying to figure out what this whole solar thing's about.
There's been a lot of early adopters, and those people have really benefited, and it just seems to be spreading.
Yeah.
And you just see it more and more, where no matter where you drive or where you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And, jumping straight into things, what is incentives, are there going for solar?
I think this is why you're seeing more and more of it,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are getting the incentives. There's a renewable energy credit. ComEd is giving you a rebate for going solar.
Interesting.
You can get 65 to 70% of your system paid for with just incentives. So imagine that on top of saving money.
Right.
So it's for a life, for 25 years. I call it a lifetime because it seems like it.
Right, yeah.
So.
And with all those incentives, why do you think, is there still some maybe people who are hesitant with going solar, and why do you think that is?
Since there are so many incentives in the state of Illinois, we've had a lot of people come from out of state.
Okay.
And they've come and left. So some people just have a bad taste in their mouth. They can't get service, or their provider has just up and left and they don't have anybody to go to.
Yeah.
It's the local solar companies that are keeping it going and picking up all what we call these orphan systems and helping these people out. So there is answers to that afterwards, but sometimes you just get that bad taste when you can't get something done correctly.
Absolutely, yeah. And how about returns on investment?
That comes very quickly. Our average residential customer has a return on investment anywhere between 2 and 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So, they're getting 21 years of basically free power as much as they can. So, and then our commercial customers, which is another big deal, a lot of times they're breaking even in the first year or two putting solar on, because of course they're using so much more power. But
yeah.
It's just amazing on what we can do for these. And this is really the only thing that you could do that's going to add money directly to the bottom line, be it household or commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saving directly to the bottom line of everything.
Right. Yeah. And why now is the time to go solar? I know outside it's pretty foggy and gross out, but summertime is coming around, the sun's out. Why now is the time to go solar?
Well, there's plenty of incentives left right now,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
As we get closer to our goal in Illinois of being 100% green energy by 2050, these incentives will start to dissipate. So take advantage of the full incentives that you can right now. And also, now is the time, because people think they come, they sign a contract, we show up the next day and put solar on the house. It's not really quite that easy. You have a 30 to 45 days of lag time just to get permits and things set up to go. So if you want to enjoy the full summer, you need to start acting quickly so we can get that system installed by May. We already have 100 and some in the queue.
Oh, wow.
Right, just from fall and winter. So it will be building. In fact, we just got one job done this week with the nice
yeah, right.
nice
That
warmer.
weather was great.
So we'll be out on the roofs as soon as we can and getting things installed. But now's the time to think about it, because it does take a little bit of time till we can get to your house.
Yeah, and so maybe for those who are watching right now and are interested in going through Iconic Energy themselves, what is kind of that process? What does that look like? I know we have talked about it before, but kind of reminding those who are interested in something like this.
Well, actually, one of the easiest ways is to come out to the home show next Friday.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to be out there, and we're actually going to be doing quotes at the home show.
Nice.
So if people bring their electric bill or know how much power they use on an annual basis, we'll be able to give them an idea. But really, our consultants come out. You send us an idea of what you use for power. We see how much power we can get on your roof or wherever you need us to put it. And we show you how much money you can save and where it's going to be. It takes about 25 minutes to understand the process fully.
Oh, wow.
Because we want to make sure you understand where the incentives are coming from, when you're going to get them, and how long it's going to take us to get there. So there's a lot of things. I always say solar is simple, but it's not necessarily easy.
Yeah.
But we have a whole team that makes it easy for our customer.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just like you said, you know, you beat me to it, the Rockford Home Show next weekend. So you guys are going to be there, and like you said, you're going to be giving quotes. So if you kind of want to go into more detail about what else, you know, they can expect when they go there.
We might even have free cookies.
Free cookies. I'm there.
So, yeah, it's been, the home show has always been a good way for us to talk to people and really show them. What I really like about the home show is that we have our customers that have already been there. They always show up and a lot of them bring their electric bill. See, look how low my electric bill.
Yeah.
And they actually, we get a lot of testimonial shot at the home show just because people show up. And that's what's the nice part of it, is when you can really see that you're really doing good for your customers.
Right, and I'm assuming recently, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you seen more people switching to that solar side?
Well, the main reason is electricity just keeps going up and up and up. And we're looking at another increase. Right now, people are kind of wondering why their bill has dropped a little bit, because ComEd has been giving them a rebate because they had overpaid for power last year.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of rebate, somewhere between $5 and $20 on their bill, but that's going to go away. And then we should see another increase coming somewhere in June.
Wow.
In the last 10 years, your average increase has been about 3% a year.
Oh, wow, okay.
But recently, it has jumped to 5%. So we're gonna keep seeing that go up with data centers and all these things that are sucking up energy. You know, it's just going to start costing everybody more.
Yeah. So now's the time to go solar?
Get ahead of the game.
Right. Well, Dan, thank you so much. That's all the time we do have for the show today. But Iconic Energy is located at 4617 American Road in Rockford. If you'd like to learn more about solar, you can contact a professional at 815-975-8303, or you can just go to iconicnrg.com. Dan, thank you so much again for joining us. It's always a pleasure. And I want you guys to stick with us, because coming up next, we have a new film that continues the story of the band Mercy Me. We'll take a look when we return.
Discover how different types of winter weather can impact your travel and daily life. Shelter from the storm wherever you stream WIFR.
Make your voice heard. Answer the question of the day during the blend on WIFR and at WIFR.com/vote. Sponsored by Suncoat Pools and Spas.
First Alert Weather Plus, the State Line's only 24/7 weather channel, on air at 19.3 WSLN, the First Alert Weather app, or wherever you stream WIFR. Sponsored by Total Exteriors.
Everyone is at risk from extreme cold dangers. These groups are more vulnerable than most. Age and certain conditions make the body less able to regulate temperature.
Be weather-wise with WIFR.
Breaking right now, first responders stop.
Stay connected to the team you trust. Get breaking news and watch our newscast here on the WIFR News app. Your news, your way.
Download today and stay connected to WIFR.
Welcome back to the Blend Extra. When your success surpasses your dreams, where do you go from there? The contemporary Christian band Mercy Me faced that situation, which is now the basis for a new movie now in theaters. David Daniel has a preview.
I mean, what did you think was going to happen? You're just going to ride off into the sunset? No more struggles or pain?
Bart Millard and Mercy Me face trials and tribulations after their big hit in I Can Only Imagine 2.
You will never understand what I'm going through. Watching the scenes that didn't happen exactly the way they did are the ones where I sobbed the most watching it, because it's almost like someone's interpretation of making a beautiful painting out of a portrait, or like it's maybe it's the reason I write songs. It was like their interpretation of how to represent a bigger picture.
I just want to write something that helps people through the pain we all go through.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to play him, more grateful for the opportunity to get to know him and call him a lifelong friend.
You know, it's not often that you get to see yourself on the other side of you know, with your cancer journey or whatever you're going through. We're all going through so many hard things. And to have compassion, a little bit of empathy for myself was really quite a gift for me.
Tim's story is just one that has power to it, and what he went through personally, and just how he funneled all that into just the gratitude of waking up each day. And every day he puts an X on his wrist of kind of marking off a new day that he wasn't promised.
Gratitude, grief, finding a way to hold them both.
He's most vulnerable on stage in front of an audience. If you can do that on a big stage and be honest and be humble and be truthful and be vulnerable, people will connect to that.
We go to the theater is not to see things, but to feel things and to relate. And a lot of people are going to identify with this film.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, well, that wraps up the Blend Extra today. Thank you so much for watching. I would say go enjoy the warm weather, but that is sadly left. But I'm sure you can find something else to do fun within the state line. Have a happy Friday.